Welcome, everyone. This is the Mortgage Brothers podcast show. In today's show, we are talking about mortgage lates. Can you qualify if you have a mortgage late?
Hey, I love those calls that we get. Hey, I want to get a mortgage, but I've been late on my mortgage before. Is that okay? And that's a real situation.
That absolutely. And there's lots of reasons why people are late, right? Sometimes the bank is miscommunicating their payments. Sometimes it's a technology issue.
I just had one, a new loan, and the borrower, for whatever reason, the technology did not happen. Thought he set up auto pay and may have paid a late payment, but he was like 34 days late.
To get approved for a mortgage, the underwriter is going to be looking at your full credit report. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a lot of other lates, if life has been tough financially and you have not been able to make the car payment, the house payment, first of all, your credit's going to be really low. Your scores are going to be very, very low. The chances of you getting approved for a mortgage are going to be almost none. But again, if this is an isolated event, one mortgage late, even possibly two, and we're going to go into this a little bit more, but the point is that if this is an isolated event, it just happened, and it's just your mortgage, it's not everything else on your credit. Then there are chances for you to get approved. And we'll go through the three programs: the FHA loan, what FHA allows, what conventional loans allow, and what a VA loan allows.
And I just want to take pause just so our listeners understand what the underwriters are actually seeing and trying to work through. And I don't know if it's if this is a good example, but I'll just throw it out just because it's a podcast day, and this is what we do to try and help our listeners. But it's like trying to interview a babysitter, and you're watching a toddler, and you ask the babysitter, have you ever let a toddler fall off a counter? Because we don't want our toddler to fall off the counter. And the babysitter says, yes, you know what? It has happened to me a couple of times. You're like, ooh, okay. I'm going to keep talking to other babysitters until I find one that hasn't. All the underwriters are trying to do is they are about ready to give their money to you. And so they want to know, this money for a mortgage, have you had a recent mortgage late? Is it likely that it's going to happen to their money? So they're really just, coming at it from a very common sense approach.
I love it because it's a great point because there is nothing worse, right? You're trying to get approved for a mortgage and you just had a late. There's nothing worse on your credit. There's nothing that you could show that would affect you more than a mortgage late.
How about because it's amazing. Borrowers are calling us and they're shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, like it was one little 30-day late. What is the big deal? How about, dating? Have you ever broken a girl's heart before? Yeah, about 2 months ago. Oh, okay, that's good to know. You're gonna break my heart. So it's real, and I guess that's what I'm always amazed that some borrowers think it's so technical that it somehow doesn't apply. But this is supposed to be very, very common sense. Put that underwriter hat on yourself. If you were going to lend your friend, your uncle money, what would you be thinking? So. Okay. All right. Well, let's go through it because there's some good news here.
Okay. So FHA financing is actually very tolerant. FHA has a rule that says this: if you have if you have two 30-day mortgage lates in the last 12 months, you're still eligible.
Whoa, two.
So you can have up to two 30-day lates. Now, there's a distinction between a 30-day late. Why do we call it a 30-day late versus a 60-day late? The credit report agency will show you either a 30-day late, a 60, or a 90. After you get to 90, then it goes into like pre-foreclosure. But the point is, a 30-day late is when you make your payment right after the 30-day due period. A 60-day late is when you let 60 days go by and then make the payment. And if you have two 30 days, sometimes it's like they call it rolling 30s. You made it late, 30 days late, and then you made another 30-day late. Okay, those are 30-day lates, distinguishing them from a 60-day.
Yeah, good. I love that. Rolling 30s.
So FHA allows let's just say this right now. There are no programs that allow you to get a mortgage if you've had a 60-day late in the last 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you've had a 60-day late in 12 months, there's no financing available that we're aware of.
Right. So 60s, 90s, unfortunately, over the past 12 months, that is, not able to proceed.
Yeah. So conventional loans. And right now, conventional financing is allowing only one 30-day late.
Okay, so a little more strict than FHA.
Yeah, you can have one 30-day late. Now, it means that you're not going to get approved. We don't know if we're going to get approved, but you are eligible. Okay, we have to dig in further, run the credit, run it through a pre-approval process. But yeah, as long as you have one mortgage late, not more, then you are technically eligible.
Okay, and let's just stop for a second. So you said something very, very important. You are eligible, but it may not mean that you are approved. So those are two different things. Even though you're eligible, to sign up for something, doesn't mean that you're going to get picked. Doesn't mean that you're going to get approved for it. So note that.
And your loan officer should be able to give you a real solid answer soon. Within a day or even two, they will give you a solid answer. Yes, we can proceed with your loan or not. It isn't as though they should not be telling you, well, I think we're going to be able to get approved. Let's just wait until underwriting to find out. That shouldn't be the case. They should be able to give you some solid answers earlier on if you're pre-approved. Okay, we're talking about pre-approval.
Got it. Good.
Now, VA, we might as well just put that right into the conventional bucket because VA loans, same policy. And then in the last 12 months, you can only have one 30-day late.
Okay. All right. So out of the three that we covered, FHA, conventional, VA, I mean, FHA really takes the prize on allowing up to 230s.
Yes.
And you're eligible. That doesn't mean that you're going to get approved because we'll need to make sure that file does get approved. But FHA is the most lenient.
Yes. And I think that our advice I have for borrowers too is when you call a lender, just tell them, just be real honest, right up front. Don't try to hide the mortgage lates. Just tell them, you know what, something happened, tell them what happened, just briefly. Just keep it short and sweet, and tell them you had the mortgage lates, and they'll tell you if there's a chance, of you being eligible. So
good, okay, and I'll just make a quick little footnote. There's a distinction between deferment or forbearance and our late. So you can call us to kind of get the difference on those. These are just kind of very standard lates, as we say.
Yeah.
No, nothing. They're not qualified in any way. They're just late. So, okay.
That's correct. Okay, everyone, I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you like this content, please subscribe to our channel, click on the notification button, and we'll be happy to continue to put this content, on YouTube and on our podcast.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, folks.
Take care, everyone. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Mortgage Brothers podcast. Please let us know if you have any questions you'd like us to answer. You can email your questions to team@azmortgagebrothers.com. And be sure to ask us for a free quote on your next mortgage. We'll be sure to give you personalized service and help you through the whole process. Signature Home Loans, LLC does not provide tax, legal, or accounting advice. This material has been prepared for informational purposes only. You should consult your own tax, legal, and accounting advisors before engaging in any transaction. Signature Home Loans, NMLS 1007154, NMLS number 210917 and 1618695, Equal Housing.